Hey, if you've never had air plants, this is a really quick video just to show you how to take care of them. This is just a white tray, and I have it here because my granite countertop's a little busy. So, white tray. Tupperware container with a lid. And the only reason I put a lid on it is because I have cats, and I have cats that eat plants. So, once a week, I take my air plants and I soak them. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, it really doesn't matter, like depending on how busy you are. I just try to submerge them in water. So these have been soaking, what time is it? These have been soaking about 3 hours, which is plenty of time. So I'm gonna take a clean dish towel, I'm gonna lay it in my tray, and I'm gonna start kind of untangling my plants. Let's see, this one first. This one's probably the least nice looking because one of my stupid cats one of my loving cats got to it. I'm trying to bring it back so you can see what I've done is I took some wire that's very soft. This is super pliable, really easy to bend. And, well, you'll see why where I hang mine up. But at the end of them, I just twisted them around and I twisted it into the plant because the biggest mistake that people make when they get air plants is they wet them and they sit them this way. And if you see the plants, mostly, I'll do it with my fingers to kind of give you an example. The plants tend to have leaves that come out this way, which means this part in the middle collects a lot of moisture. And if you don't get rid of that, your air plants are gonna die because they need moisture, but they can't be wet. So I actually hang mine upside down because I think they kind of look, oh look, see what I mean? Hey, I got a good idea. Why don't you get lost? Come on, Wallace, you gotta move, buddy. Oh, he's scared. He scared himself. Good. So then I'm gonna pick out another one. This one is a little bit nicer if we have a look at it, the shape of it. It's kind of like, you can see now where this is easier to see. At the bottom is the roots. So they are, air plants are epiphytes. It's not a parasite. A parasite lives off of a host and derives its nutrition from a host. These don't do that. An epiphyte lives on a host, but doesn't live off of the host. So these just live off of, contrary to popular belief, they don't just live off air. They do need more, like all plants, they need sunlight, they need moisture, and they need air. So in a normal holder that you might buy for one of these plants, it would have it oriented this way so that a lot of water would collect in the bottom, and that's what's gonna rot your plant. So I take them out and then I kind of lay them down on the, sorry, we'll get another one. This one's my favorite. Look at the size of this one. It's very huge and very kind of spidery. If I stand back, you get a better. So when I take it out, I just give it a shake. You can see, I'm gonna put it down. You can see its root system here. So sometimes I'll even, just to make sure that it was submerged, I'll hold it down a little bit. And then again, lay it down, let it kind of shake off. This is another nice one. This one will really give you a good example of why you don't want them laying or oriented upwards, because, so you see that arrangement of leaves is such that there will be a low point in the middle of this. And if I were to dunk it in water or even mist it with water, if I were to mist these leaves, the water is going to run down the leaves and collect inside the plant. And you don't want that. So you want to just let this one sit upside down and let as much moisture come out of it as possible. You'll see that I have it wired around some of the lower leaves so it's well anchored. It's not gonna fall out, despite the fact that my cats would love if it did. Here's another one that's kind of small but interesting. Okay, and I've got this one wrapped in such a way. So this is the bottom of it. You can see the bottom where the roots are. There is still a root system. Okay, and I can shake that out a little bit and lay it down. And this one's really nice. I love this one. I don't know the names of them. I think I had them written down somewhere when I bought them. This one has a pretty extensive root system. Again, if you look down into it, you could imagine a lot of water holding in there. So I kind of let them drip dry, but I don't really have to. If you want to be a good person, you could save that water to water your other plants. I have a lot of other plants. But what I do with these, and I can't carry too many over at once. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, because I'm working one-handed, trying to hold the camera. So I put up a tension rod in this particular window. I happen to not hold the camera very still. I happen to live on 5 acres of beautiful, it's just woods. There's nothing out there, so I don't need to worry about curtains. So what I did in this window, because it gets sunlight, but not direct sunlight. You probably can't even see, but there's a tension rod there. So I just took there's one hooked. Sorry, you're not getting a good view of this. 2, 3, and then let me stand back a little bit and I'll show you. Okay, so see the 3 air plants? They just hang out there. And I'm gonna go get the other ones and put them in place. But that's it, that's all I do. And in fact, you can see this one, maybe not. Water is collecting. You can see rain, like drops of water collecting, because it's coming out of the inside of that plant and running down the leaves, which is what it should do. You want them to be wet and be able to absorb as much moisture as they can, but not so much that they're going to rot. So I just got used to hanging mine upside down. I think you could, I'm gonna turn this one because the wire is so easy to bend. I could turn it that way and have it like on its side, and that would be fine. As long as it's not up. If it's up, you're gonna have to lay them, I would lay them on a towel for 2 or 3 hours. But once a week, I happen to do my plants on Saturday because it's just a Saturday thing. I water all of my freestanding plants, and then I soak all of my air plants. So there you go. They do need more than just air. And because they are air plants, don't put them in a closed container. They need circulating air. When I got my first air plants, I put them in one of those pretty like greenhouses that has a lid that closed, small, like tabletop. It was very beautiful. Look at autumn in Connecticut while I'm yapping. And anyway, they rotted. They didn't even last 2 weeks because they did not have enough air circulation. So there you go. Yes, I know I need to get rid of the hummingbird feeder. And I know that I need to put suet in the other one. Thanks. I'll do that right now. Okay, good luck with your air plants. That is literally all they need. Okay.